I'm Dylan Fox with Barley, Wheat and Rye Social House, and this is Handcrafted. The best drink at Barley, Wheat and Rye, I would say, is anything that you want. Now, that's a very broad spectrum, of course, but you should really communicate to your bartender and tell them what you like, how you like it, and that's the best way to get a drink that you are going to like. What I like could be anything depending on the day, my mood, how everything's gone today. So really you should communicate with your bartender and find out what they can make for you. If you want to be, like the likes of Don Draper, then you could say an old fashioned or a Manhattan. A traditional martini is something that's really fun to bring back to the table. When people are like, oh, you got a martini, you can tell them, yeah, but this is the way it's supposed to be, the way it was made 125 years ago. Or for that matter, a Martinez, which is the father of that drink. Really anything that's classic and that's been around for 150 or 200 years. It's really fun to give that history and, state like, I'm classy, A lot of people love our old fashions, but, in its own respect, it's really what you like. So the drink I'm making for you now is a favorite of a lot of people. It's kind of showy and it's got some fun stuff to it, so it's really fun to watch us make it. Most of the drinks that I make are inspired by classics. This is inspired mostly by the Pink Lady classic. And I just kind of like to put a modern twist on most of it. Some of it is just like I really want to use these cool ingredients together. And then some of them are really inspired by something that's been around for 100 or 200 years even. My favorite drink is something that's really, really hard to answer. A well-made drink is what I usually say. A well-made drink is always my favorite.
Please, yeah. So it could be anything, huh?
Could be anything. Some of the unique ingredients we use, really a lot of like house-made shrubs. We use a lot of amaros. I try to source anything from around the world that I can find that's really cool and obscure. We do a lot of shrubs with vinegar. Those are fun. We do a lot of beer cocktails. Just really anything I can get my hands on that's obscure and weird and that I have to explain to someone is kind of what I really like to do. So. Yeah, so, I made one for someone one day that had egg white in it, because Fizz dictates that it's going to have soda water. I asked if they wanted egg white, they said sure. So I made one like I had made hundreds of times before. And, I served the drink, it went out beautifully with no garnish. There's all this foam on top of it, and I thought, we could do something with that, What could you do? Could you do a meringue, or what is it that we could do? And I ended up playing around with a few ideas and settled on the brulee aspect of the drink. So, make your gin fizz kind of like a Pink Lady as you would, and then sprinkle sugar on top and just brulee the foam. And, it adds this really nice like vanilla sugar quality to the drink that otherwise wouldn't be present. Bartender or mixologist? I read an article recently, I couldn't tell you where, but it was about the idea that calling yourself a mixologist is maybe not the right idea. So, we're bartenders, right? We have been for hundreds of years now. But then they went on to state that being a mixologist is something that your clientele, that your guests actually call you, and that correcting them and saying, oh, I'm just a bartender is actually maybe not the right thing to do. And it's to embrace it and really be proud that they think that, you're more than just someone who can make a drink. Someone that can combine flavors and make something really great.